Welcome to Lunch with Legacy Leaders, a weekly talk show with local and national thought leaders on issues impacting the Black community. Now introducing our host, Ms. Anne Marie Sorrell.
Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Lunch with Legacy Leaders. I am your host, Anne Marie Sorrell, President and CEO of the Mosaic Group. Before we get started with our broadcast, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Broward Health, AARP, and the Florida Lottery. Also, join the African American Black Alzheimer's Disease Initiative at the John P. Hussman Institute for Human Genomics, University of Miami Miller School of Medicine. If you or someone you know is experiencing loss of memory or memory problems, please contact their research team for more information at 877-686-6444. Today, I am joined in the studio by two special guests. We have Mr. Shawn Gaines, agency recruiter with State Farm Insurance, and Ms. Enette Henderson, agency field leader at State Farm Insurance and Financial Services. Welcome, Shawn and Enette. How are you today?
Thank you. We're great. Well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
No problem. I think, Shawn, we met, oh my God, it had to be at least 10 years ago. Through when we were doing some networking events here in Palm Beach, and you were recruiting and doing your things then, and you reached out recently. So I'm super excited to reconnect with you here today and just hear everything that you have to say, and of course to meet Miss Enette. I've heard so much about you, and it's my pleasure to meet you here today. So thank you both for joining us on Lunch with Legacy Leaders.
Glad to do it.
So before we get started, I want to formally introduce you to our audience. I'm just going to go through both of your bios briefly. Shawn Gaines, after graduating Central Missouri State University with a double major in Human Resource Administration and Business Management, he has lived and traveled throughout the country speaking on the benefits of insurance and recruiting entrepreneurs during his 25-plus year career. Shawn is the president of the South Florida chapter of National Sales Network. He's a member of Phi Nu chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, Inc. He has volunteered for the 100 Black Men of Greater Fort Lauderdale and continues to fulfill a true passion of working with children and young people, volunteering at local schools, educating students on positive self-promotion and interviewing skills. He received his professional in human resources designation in 2004 and has been honored by ICABA as one of South Florida's most accomplished professionals. He knows a little about entrepreneurship, having recruited his wife of 20 years, State Farm insurance agent Lakeisha Gaines, and being part of the growth of her business over the past 15 years. They have two children, son Kendall, a 19-year-old freshman at FAMU, go Rattlers, and daughter Caitlin, a 16-year-old junior at Hollandale Magnet High School. Now, Miss Enette Henderson, who is the agency sales leader for the Broward East Territory, which includes Boca Raton. She is a local Miami native, graduating from Miami Central Senior High School and obtained her Bachelor of Arts degree in Political Science and minor in Sociology from the University of South Florida. Enette has worked with State Farm Insurance in various capacities since 1993. She began her career as a claim representative in Sarasota and worked in Winter Haven, Florida. While in Winter Haven, she worked in public affairs as a media specialist and later became an agency field specialist in Miami. In 2002, she became an agency field consultant in West Palm Beach, Florida. After 3 years in that role, she became an agent in Miami, Florida. As an agent, Enette not only serviced her customers, but also her community. During her tenure as an agent, she qualified for several company recognition awards such as Ambassador Travel and Chairman Circle, which represents only a small portion of the agency force. After 13 years of providing excellent service to her customers, she made the leap into leadership to help hire and develop future agents and leaders of State Farm. She is a life member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, board member of the Ladies of Valor Empowerment and Youth of Valor Empowerment Mentoring Group. She's also an active member of Jesus People Church International in Miami, Florida. She also serves on the board of Women Involved in Service and Humanity, known as Wish Foundation, Inc. Currently, she serves as the foundation chair for the Greater Fort Lauderdale chapter of Jack and Jill America. Woo, Enette, you have received several accolades for her community service work, including the Legacy Magazine Women in Business Award, the Love 2018 Women Pioneer Award, and the Wish Foundation Inc. 2019 Premier Business Partner Award. Enette is passionate about giving back to the community and sharing opportunities for the advancement of youth. She is a wife of Anthony Henderson and proud mother of Alexis 17 and Anthony 14. So welcome again, Enette and Shawn.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us. That was a lot. I didn't expect you to read all that.
Sometimes it's really hard to cut things out of your bios, especially when you're so awesome. So we want to make sure that our audience gets the full gist of who you are as we dive into our conversation. So you've both been with State Farm for some time. What is it about insurance that drives your interest and kind of keeps you engaged in the industry after all these years?
I'll have to share that you're right. Both of us, we've been in the insurance industry for many years, over 25 years. And not just the insurance industry itself, but really working for such a great company like State Farm. And most people don't know that State Farm is the #1 auto insurer in the country and homeowners insurer in the country. And that we really have a large number of small business owners and the opportunity that's available with State Farm. But what continues to pique our interest is the difference that we make, not only in the lives of our customers, but in the community that we serve. And State Farm, our employees, our agents have the opportunity to serve, not only with our giving our time, but also financially to help develop those communities. So that's how we keep engaged. And I know you hear the slogan, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, but we truly want to be in our communities and involved in our communities on a daily basis.
No, that's awesome. Shawn, what about you?
Well, I've gravitated toward it simply because it was a great company. I'll be very candid from the standpoint of coming out of school. I knew State Farm was a great company, and I wasn't even exposed to how great it was until I got on board. And I started in the claims department, which is when people really have a tough time with injuries, accidents, things of that nature. Being able to deliver and help people during that time of need was really, really pretty cool. And excuse me, the other thing that stood out was it helped me be a better driver, that's for sure. I learned a whole lot about the mistakes people make, whether it's driving, whether mistakes they make in their homes and things of that nature. And it helped me better live my life and create some better habits with some of the things that I was doing. It also allowed me to share with my friends and family. These are some of the things that you got to be careful of when you own a home or when you rent a place or when you're driving. Don't pull out, even though a person has their blinker on and you think they're about to turn. Don't turn in front of that car simply because they have their blinker on. Those are the kinds of things that I learned when I was in claims. And another reason that keeps me here is because this company takes great care of its people. I don't know a whole lot of companies that have the amount of tenure that we have at State Farm. It is nothing to meet somebody that's been at State Farm for 20 plus years. We've had some State Farm agents, like I know a gentleman that was in Nebraska at one point in time. He had been a State Farm agent and had qualified every single year with production and sales goals and things of that nature for 44 straight years. At the time that I met him, he had been a State Farm agent longer than I had been on planet Earth. So it is nothing for you to see someone that has that long tenure with State Farm simply because it's a great company that takes care of its people, and people want to be with a company that cares.
And Shawn, I was just going to add, I'm sorry. I was just going to add to what Shawn was saying about, the longevity of the agents. I currently work with an agent who's been an agent for 51 years, and he's still engaged and has the passion for State Farm, what we do and what we represent. So he's absolutely right. On a daily basis, we get to give back just in our current role.
Well, no, I love that. And I think the conversation here today is really around entrepreneurship and what it means to become a State Farm agent. A lot of times we're thinking from the lens of the consumer. And so today, for our audience that are listening, we're taking you beyond the lens of the consumer, and we're taking you inside the mind of becoming the entrepreneur, the business owner, the State Farm agency owner. And so, how can being a State Farm agent leave a legacy in the community?
I'm going to share just, as you shared in the bio, that I was an agent for 13 years prior to coming into the sales leadership role that I'm currently in. And the beauty of someone being a State Farm agent is the community and being able to give back to the community. As you heard, I grew up in the Miami-Dade community, although we service Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach in my territory. But being able to have a business in that, someone who was raised in that community, to have a business entrepreneur opportunity in that, to be able to service our customers in that area. And everyone likes to be affiliated with a great company, and State Farm is one of those companies. But as a business owner and entrepreneur, where do you get to control your income? There's no limit to that. You control your work schedule, the environment, and you have the ability to empower others. I know one of the joys of being an agent was not only helping our customers, because who takes time to really sit down with your customers? How do you do that? We don't know about other companies, but I know as an agent and at State Farm, that's the way you help them protect their families by leaving a legacy, whether it be through life insurance, which is a product that we really wholeheartedly believe in, that we use those means for their future and the future of their family. And also we think about planning, whether it be retirement or savings or investing, how to help our communities get from point A to B. And that's the holistic approach that we do at State Farm, and being a State Farm agent allows you to have that presence and to be able to serve the community in that way. So that's a great way to leave a legacy with the products and services that we offer.
And
Shawn, you have anything to add?
Yeah, I'll jump in and say a couple things too, because the word legacy means different things for different people. And the reality is the type of legacy that you want to leave is generated by the desires you have, and then the actions that you put in place to reach those legacy, or to make sure you accomplish your legacy goals, is where State Farm comes into play. So oftentimes people would think about legacy from the standpoint of, what can I do for my generation, my personal family, the next generation coming along? What can I do for them? But State Farm will give you an opportunity to create a legacy, not only within your own family to try to create generational wealth, but also to leave a legacy in the community, much like Enette said, because you are allowed to do whatever it is you like to get engulfed into the community. And the thing about being an entrepreneur is you want people to invest into your business as an entrepreneur. That's what people want. But you also have to invest into the community. You have to allow those people to understand and know who you are and want to support your business. And by doing so, this allows you the chance to be able to set up roots, become a part of the community, and do things that are necessary in order for your business to thrive, but also for the people to thrive. So let's think about this for a second. If you're a State Farm agent and you're helping the people in your community protect their finances and protect their assets and things of that nature, even if it's a business owner, let's use a business owner, for example. If you can help protect them, if something were to happen in their time of need, it then allows them to continue their business. It allows them to stay in the community. So as a State Farm agent, you're getting a chance to make the community continue to strengthen itself, thrive, and be successful. But if we don't have enough people out there to understand the products and services that are available that State Farm agents offer, then that does not help as much. So you can leave a legacy for your own business with your personal wealth, but you can leave a legacy within the community by helping protect the people that are there, and the businesses remain there.
Right.
No, that's good. So for someone to become a State Farm agent, well, first of all, why, if I'm thinking about and exploring my entrepreneurial opportunities, or especially now when people are rethinking careers, especially, after the onset of the pandemic, many people are thinking, okay, what are my next steps? How do I pivot? How do I get into a recession, pandemic-proof emergency crisis proof business, all of that, right? So
Yes.
how, why would someone consider becoming a State Farm agent, and what are the benefits, or even in here in South Florida particularly, why would they consider becoming a State Farm agent? And then particularly, what are the benefits of being an entrepreneur with State Farm?
Well, I would just share what you started off with is right. How are we pandemic proof or recession proof? And definitely being a State Farm business owner, as I mentioned before, you have the ability to control your income. We have been able to, during the whole time, we've been able to keep our agencies open. They've been able to employ where many industries and maybe smaller businesses were not able to operate during the pandemic. State Farm agents were still able to operate, still able to provide the service for our customers, and still able to keep people employed, which is very important. While others had that financial burden, they did not, because we were still able to continue offering the business. And why would you be a State Farm agent? The first is definitely being an entrepreneur and owning your own business gives you that flexibility and the control that I mentioned. There is no limit to what you can accomplish with the number of products and services that we have at State Farm, whether it be auto insurance, life insurance, homeowners insurance. Those opportunities are available to you where there's no limit to your income and what you can accomplish. And as Shawn mentioned, not just for your family, but you have the opportunity to leave a legacy for your family members and to help your community by many of the other resources that we have. Another reason why it'd be important is you have the ability to employ those and help keep those businesses in the community and to employ people in the community. You also have the flexibility of your own schedule. Where can you go and decide I can either be working virtually, I can be working in the office, and still being able to meet our customers' needs, and still my business is growing for me. So those are some of the reasons why it's important and beneficial to be a State Farm agent and to have that entrepreneurial opportunity being considered during recession or a pandemic, but that we're here and it's a stable, and the company itself is a strong financial company that is here for the customers and our employees and agents. Shawn, anything you want to add?
Yes. Anne Marie, let me for if there are people out there that are driving right now, I need you to be careful, because I want you to wreck your car. I don't want you to miss an accident or anything, but I'm about to say something that's just gonna be so earth shattering. But correct me if I'm wrong, but is insurance ever going away?
No.
No,
Never going away.
no. We've been convinced that we need it for every aspect of our lives.
Correct.
Yes. So think about it from this perspective. Oftentimes people gravitate toward industries that are stable.
Mhm.
It couldn't be much more stable than insurance, because it's an industry that's never going away. Yes, there are things that impacted laws and things of that nature, but it is never going away. So the reason why you should consider becoming a State Farm agent is the stability. We have demand products legally. Everyone that has a home and a car, you can self-insure your home, but everyone that has a car legally is supposed to have auto insurance.
Insurance.
So
Yeah.
every person out there needs help. So being a State Farm agent will give you an opportunity to offer a demand product, get you away from the feeling of as if you're selling people something. We're all about needs-based selling for the most part.
Right.
I want to say that and get that out there. We're about selling to a person's needs. We're not about selling products for the sake of selling products. So they come to us because they know us for homeowners insurance. They know us for auto insurance. Our State Farm agents then pivot to the many other products and services that we have to offer. So that gives you multiple revenue streams. That gives you different ways during a pandemic for you to earn income. And you talked about this, the pandemic proof. Because of the stability and the fact that insurance is never going away, we get an opportunity to be here. The other thing you got to think about is it provides you the opportunity, as Enette mentioned. One thing I want to hit on is your work environment. Oftentimes when you work for someone else, you're obligated to the work environment that you're in. When you run your own business, you get to create that culture. You get to create the history. You get to create the policies, the procedures. You get to surround yourself with like-minded people, people who share your vision that you create, the vision you share for them, and they then get to go out and share that vision with others. So those are some of the other reasons why a person should consider becoming a State Farm agent.
And Anne Marie, I was just going to add just one thing to that. As Shawn mentioned, if you look at the face of the State Farm agent, many people don't realize we have a diverse agency force and continue to grow at that. And when they look at Shawn or myself or any other agent, the face of the agency opportunity has changed, and they're looking at it in a different light, from a different lens. Like, if they can do it, or if someone else that looks like me can do it, then it's a great opportunity for me to consider as well. And that's one of the benefits of being a State Farm agent and working with State Farm, to be that presence in the community, to see the opportunities available.
Well, let's talk about the opportunity and the process. Is becoming a State Farm agent like a franchise, or is it something you buy into? Let's talk about what is the process to become a State Farm agent, and what qualifications do you have to have? Do you need to have a certain level of education? How much money do I need? Like, let's talk about, how do we actually make this happen?
Enette, you want me to start off?
You can start off with that one. That's your area.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about the qualifications. And people often ask that question. You name an occupation, we've had a State Farm agent that's done it. Police officers, doctors, attorneys, educators, principals, politicians, athletes, you name it. What we look for is people with a history and a proven track record of results and success. It's no specific educational background, because the reality is we are not naive enough to think that only certain people can be successful in entrepreneurship. And one of the reasons why is because we have an absolutely awesome training program. So the idea is successful people are successful wherever they are. So we look for people that have talents, skills, and abilities that are transferable from all industries and backgrounds. So we're not going to put anyone into a box and limit the places that we go to recruit people, because there are talented people all over. Now, as far as the process is concerned, people say, well, hey, what do I need to do? Overall, we want to get to know you. We want to have you get to know us. So there are a couple of assessments that we take, or we have candidates take. And people, notice I said the word assessment. These are not tests. And people say, well, are these personality assessments? Well, kind of, sort of. The idea is we're going to ask you questions to see what your idea and perspective is about the industry. So once the assessments are complete, you move to the next step. We want to, and let me give you another concept. We want you to get to know us while we're getting to know you. The whole idea is that we do not enter into a relationship without everyone having their eyes wide open. So we get to know you by putting you through a series of assessments. Then we open up our doors and expose you to modules that teach you everything that you need to know about the company, the culture, the history, the expectations, the products, the services, the systems. We expose you to all of these things long before you have to make any commitment whatsoever. So the good news is, I'd encourage anyone who's ever thought about entrepreneurship, if you've ever remotely thought about it and just said, I don't really know what I want to do, you need to have a conversation with myself and Enette. We can sit down and explain to you, because there are transferable skills and experiences you have. Once you go through the pre-selection process, which includes an opportunity for you to meet with a person like Enette, and I'll share a little bit of her role. Enette is the decision maker. She's the person who actually selects the people in her particular market area to become State Farm agents. She's a boss, okay? Let me just throw that out there. That's who she is. She makes those kinds of decisions. So you'll get a chance to meet with a person like Enette to understand the business. You'll get a chance to put a business proposal together. And if this truly turns out to be something you enjoy, then you can work toward the investment part, which is licenses. There are a couple of licenses that you have to get. Once you've obtained them, then when there are openings in a particular market that you're interested in, you can request to be interviewed. Once you're selected for an interview, then we start our training program, which is a 17-week paid training program. And once you complete the training, You then open your doors. So I don't want to get in too much into the weeds, but that's kind of the process. You get to know us while we're getting to know you. There is no downside to learning about the program, because at any point in time, if you decide that it's not for you, the only thing you've invested is time. So what's the downside to learning more about the opportunity?
So wait a minute. Did you say I get paid to be trained for
You
17
sure
weeks?
do, Anne-Marie. And let me just share from the hiring standpoint, thank you, Shawn, for going through the process. But as he mentioned, I have the opportunity to hire new agents. And from a hiring standpoint, what do I look for in a person that I'm going to place and hire? One, as Shawn mentioned, the entrepreneur spirit. You definitely have to be someone who sees the opportunity as unlimitless. And second, you have to have the leadership spirit, whatever role you were in before, to be able to carry that same leadership spirit into the agency opportunity. Because it's not just about selling, it's about leading a team, and a successful team, because that's what we look for, longevity in the role. The other is being, coachable. Yes, we have a culture here at State Farm that we can't speak for other insurance companies or other industries, but just being coachable to learn that culture that we have here, so that you can relate to our customers in a way that we have it more conversational versus just a hard sell to customers. And then the last thing I would look at is you have to have a love for people and all that we do, because we serve the people who are our clients and our customers. So that has to be evident in anyone looking for a State Farm entrepreneurial opportunity.
Now, all of this sounds amazing, but we know that with great opportunity, great success, also comes responsibility and challenges. What are some of the challenges that you find, whether it's in a recruiting, but also for when someone becomes an agent, especially in this atmosphere and time where the dynamics are changing? What are some of the challenges that you're seeing or that you've observed?
I'm going to share just a few of the challenges that I know that some of the agents are going through. One, which you've already mentioned, that we're currently in the pandemic. Of course, the market environment affects your agency. But as we mentioned before, insurance, you're going to need insurance. So that's a plus to assist with the pandemic. The other challenge that I would say is many people don't understand when they come into role that it is an entrepreneurial opportunity, the business mindset that it takes to run the business. So you're not only selling, you're managing people, and you have to have a control of your expenses. So what you're spending on marketing, salary. So one of the challenges is understanding that it's all inclusive of running a business, that part of the expense management, and also marketing too. If you're not marketing in the right areas, or if you're not in the right space to be able to grow your agency, then there's opportunity that you're missing as well. So those are some of the challenges. And as any other business, employees, we love to think that we hire an employee and they'll be with us forever until they transition on. But we know that employee turnover and handling those human resources issues can be a bit of a challenge for some of our agents. But even in the midst of some of the challenges that they're facing, it's still a great opportunity to work with State Farm. We have resources in sales leaders such as myself. We have our agency field specialists that assist our agents with training, technical issues that they have. So State Farm has a support system to help you through the challenges, because no one wants to hire someone and you're not successful. So the goal is to help you through from the recruiting process to the training process, and then to help you be a successful long-term agent.
Shawn, anything you want to add?
Yeah, let's be real here. There are a lot of people who may not be comfortable with the idea of entrepreneurship, because there's a significant amount of responsibility and detail that comes along with running your own business. So one of the challenges that stands out to me is the reality is running a small business is one of the most challenging and difficult things you will ever do professionally. That's just the reality. And not everyone is ready for that mentality. For example, to have the thought mind and thought process and mentality of this business is going to be wildly successful, or this is going to be an average business, or this is absolutely going to plummet and fail, all because of my actions. Not everybody is capable and ready for that level of accountability and responsibility. And that's what it boils down to. So when you talk about challenges, Enette listed a bunch of them, but mentally, there are challenges and things that go along with having the right mindset of truly being an entrepreneur. Because when you're an employee, it's a lot different than it is when you are the sole decision maker. You are also responsible for the lives of not only your customers, but the people that
you hire.
work with you. They are relying on you to make sound decisions for them to be able to feed their families because they are employed with you. There's a lot that goes along with it. But as Enette alluded to, the training program we have is awesome. Our history and our track record is phenomenal. We've been top 50 in Fortune magazine since 1995. We have a history. We kind of know what we're doing. We're doing pretty good. So for those who can trust us and get to know us while we get to know you, it's a great opportunity for anyone with that mentality.
No, that's great. So let me ask you, what or how can someone reach you, both of you, if they're interested in this opportunity? I think it's a great opportunity. And if I didn't have, 10,000 things going on myself.
Are you sure about that, Avery?
I'd be jumping right on it, but I got 10,000 things going on right now and I can't add nothing else. But it's a really, really great opportunity. And I think for anyone that's out there, especially anyone that's looking for a new venture or transitioning from the workforce into entrepreneurship, this may be a great opportunity for them to consider. So how does one get in touch with you all to inquire about this opportunity?
So we are always looking for talented people who want this entrepreneur opportunity. And you can reach out directly to myself or Shawn. We also have a website that you'll see scrolling through our banner that gives you more information on the State Farm opportunity, becoming an agent, the process that it entails. But we'd love to meet with you directly. And that would be either via phone or email. Some of you have LinkedIn or whether it be Facebook. Enette Henderson, I'd love to get a message and meet with you directly. And once you reach out to me, then I definitely will reach out to you. And Shawn and I have normal meetings that we schedule on a monthly basis for interested candidates to come together to share more about the opportunity in a more private, a smaller setting, so that we can answer some of the questions about the benefits and the challenges that the opportunity affords itself. So again, you can reach out to us directly. LinkedIn, I know our website is there. You have our information as well. We can share with the audience. And Shawn, any other means?
Yes, I'm going to be as open and transparent as possible because in addition to LinkedIn, I put my business card and my information out there. So I'm going to give you my telephone number, my absolute cell phone, direct, candid response. And way you can reach me is just give me a call and or text me. If you do text me, include your name and let me know that you were interested. And I'd appreciate it if you would tell me that you found out about this information from today's call. But my cell phone number is area code 863-206-5553. You can call or text me at that number. And of course, I'll be more than willing to, you see the information down at the bottom, but my email address is Shawn, SHAWN, .Gaines, GAINES, G as in George, C as in Charlie, the number 2, F as in Frank, at statefarm.com. Say that twice.
You may have
and
to
I guess I will share my
Shawn.
number. I'll go ahead and share the number as well, because I know Shawn and I work closely together. So whatever I miss, he'll pick up for me as a recruiter. So you can reach me as well at 786-801-9931. That's 786-801-9931. And we work closely together and make sure we communicate on any interested candidates that we have in the area.
We got you.
All right. Well, I may have missed the email address, but they got your cell phone number.
They got the cell phone number. It's so long, the statefarm.com, and by the time we share it, some of it gets lost in translation.
Right, y'all just send them a text, everybody. Just send them a text. So what's as we wrap up, what's a takeaway that you'd like to leave with our audience today? What's one takeaway you'd like to leave?
For me, it would be to look at why cheat yourself of an opportunity to look at a better or greater opportunity for you and your family. And that is with the State Farm agency. And when we think about State Farm or any insurance company, we think about the older insurance companies that used to come to your home when your parents, to your parents, and they'll sell a policy and they'll leave their check. But the face of State Farm and insurance industry has changed. And we certainly want to have a great diverse pool that we can choose from, whether it be in the South Florida area. So we want to encourage people to look at the opportunity. It can only help you. And if the opportunity is not a great opportunity for yourself, certainly share it with a friend or family member that you think would be a best and a great fit to work with State Farm and to look at this entrepreneur opportunity. And again, Shawn and I are here for if you have a question, text us, and we're available to answer any of those for you after the broadcast.
Awesome. Shawn?
Thank you, Enette. One thing I'd like to leave is to encourage everybody to get rid of the perspectives you may have had about the industry itself. State Farm wants to reflect the communities with which we live by having accurate representation of the people that are there. So you may not know about a lot about it. The industry itself may not be very glamorous, but it is recession proof. And I want you to think about this. During the times when the country was going through what it was going through, we were still here. This is an industry that is never going away. This will be an opportunity for you to earn residual income in an industry that's never going away and the #1 property and casualty insurer in the nation. We have a great opportunity.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shawn and Enette. Stick with us for a minute or so as I go through some announcements, but this has been a wonderful wealth of information. I really hope that those who are listening and tuned in will take advantage of this opportunity if they think it's for them, or definitely share it with others that are out there looking for a great opportunity, a great career, a great entrepreneurial venture. So thank you again for joining us, and just stay tuned one moment. We'd like to thank our sponsors again, Broward Health, AARP, the Florida Lottery, as well as the African American Black Alzheimer's Disease Initiative at the John P. Hussman Institute for Human Genomics, University of Miami Miller School of Medicine. Again, if you or someone you know is experiencing memory loss or memory problems, please feel free to reach out to their research team for more information at 877-686-6444. Also, our Power Issue nominations are open. Make sure you visit MIA Media Group /nominations to nominate a Black professional in Broward, Miami-Dade, or Palm Beach County. And again, that's our Power Issue nominations are open. February 14th, Valentine's Day. Day of love. Every day is a day of love, by the way. But Valentine's Day, this Sunday, our Black History Month issue will be released. So make sure you pick up Miami Herald, Sun Sentinel, or simply visit miamediagroup.com to get your copy. We also have, if you have not tuned in, you are definitely missing out on Wednesday night. Make sure you tune in to our show Soul, hosted by Miss Nikki Jellin, every Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. as we disseminate intellectual entertainment on fashion, arts and culture, relationships, mental health, food in South Florida, and more. You can tune in live on Facebook and YouTube on the MIA Media Group pages. And make sure you share this video, mark your calendar every Thursday. We're here with you. And anything else, Shawn and Enette, before we close out?
Just glad to be able to be part of this and hope to hear from many of you out there interested in a new career.
And thank you for having. It's been a pleasure being on the show with you. And we look forward to hearing from all of you.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure having you. So everyone out there, have a wonderful afternoon and join us next Thursday at noon.